Crazy to think about, but in 20 years, the kindergartners at ACA are going to be walking into this workforce. And I want to see young men and women walk in for interviews that love the Lord and are not only have the intellectual gifts that they're getting at ACA, but have the character and the formation and spiritual growth that God has given them through this education.
I'm Brian Brown. Our family helped start the school. It actually started in our backyard. I'm currently a board member, I've taught here, have 3 kids here. My family's been impacted in pretty much every way imaginable. 2 of them are seniors now, 1 is a sophomore. And so watching them grow over the years and their ability to both articulate what they believe about God and how that shapes their understanding of the world has been profoundly impactful. I mean, it's shaped every part of our lives as a family. We want to see the nations discipled. We want to see people come to know Christ. We want to see the world transformed. And foundational to that, historically for the church, has always been starting churches and starting schools.
Once it became clear that a Christ-centered life and bringing your family up and your kids up in that type of atmosphere and perspective, we started realizing that every family who has a drive to live that same lifestyle probably needs to be encouraged and helped and assisted by other strong Christian families. My name is Justin Bride. My wife's name is Whitney Bride, and we have 3 kids at ACA. We've had them here since 2014. By having Jackson, Reagan, and Parker at ACA, they're now understanding what it's like to be in a world and live a life that places God at the center. And they see that exampled and modeled by their teachers, by their principals, by their classmates, and by the families of their classmates. And so my hope is that it will be commonplace for my kids to have Christ at the center, so that when they have kids, maybe we'll live in a world where my grandkids will have Jesus at the forefront of their mind at all times, which is what God wants. As a business owner, if we have the ability to help in that, that's a mission we need to be a part of.
I think it's a critical part of our stewardship and a role as a business leader to invest in a place like ACA so that 10, 20, 50, 100 years, generations beyond us, have these graduates wandering around in Denver and throughout the U.S. And building business and being successful. My name is Jason Oswald. I have 2 children that come here to ACA. My daughter's Hadley, 8th grader, and my son is Harrison, a 5th grader. Sending our kids to this school, I know they walk into these doors every single day and are loved by many. They're getting a quality education, and they're walking out and just joyful and want to share those gifts. And I think the neat thing to watch as our kids get older and is other parents, young parents that start to see that and what is being cultivated here at ACA. It's a true gift, and that it's such a blessing to see.
The education here is top-notch, but I think what's more important than that is just the character development that they get here. The way that the teachers really care and pour into my kids. They're getting a great education, but they're going to leave here as with a spiritual maturity and that I just don't think they're going to get anywhere else. My name is John Kushneroff, and I have a kindergartner here at ACA as well as a 2nd grader. And also my wife is the PE teacher and athletic director here at ACA.
I'm Justin Riley, and I have 2 sons. They're in 7th grade and 5th grade. And we started here at ACA when my older son started kindergarten. And I joined the board pretty shortly thereafter. We're brothers-in-law, so we started working together in 2014, and we started Revolve Investments.
With the resources that God's given us through our business, when you look at what's being taught in the government schools in relation to what's being taught here at ACA, it's something that we just feel we want that to be accessible for more students, and it's something that we want Christian classical education to be something that spreads throughout our city. And ACA is just doing a great job at that. So this is where we wanted to put some of our resources this year.
Having that sort of long-term view of what does it look like for education to have a positive impact for the kingdom is what drove us, and that being able to participate in that by having our kids here has been incredible.
Yeah, so Brandon's Scholton, and I have a first and second grader here. Our second grader has been here, I think, maybe 5 years or something like that, so it's been a while that we've been here at the school. Something I've seen in my kids that was not part of my experience is just that they really love like learning about the Bible, and it's exciting, and that has just translated to that being something very much that's easy to talk about in our home, and they come home and are excited to share about stories they're learning and that kind of thing. So that's just been really neat that it has integrated that in our family really well.
I mean, our family has benefited from ACA in a lot of different ways. My name is Matt Hand, and we have second and fourth graders here at ACA. The memorization skills from like classical education carry over to a lot of other things that like benefit our children and our family. Doing homework together, and I mean even having homework that aligns with like our Christian faith and feel support from like school, staff, other parents. Even just building like godly Christian friendships across a number of different churches that we're aligned around what we're doing together to like grow the mission of the school and see our own kids grow.